Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 1 minute to the gentleman from California, Speaker McCarthy.
Minister recognized.
I thank the gentleman for yielding and the work he's doing. Mr. Speaker, a healthy republic has two basic duties: guarantee free and fair elections and protect life, liberty, and property from violence. Yet two new acts from Washington, D.C. City Council will dilute the vote of American citizens and endanger city residents and visitors. Today, the House of Representatives will vote to stop these acts from taking effect. I urge all my colleagues to support these resolutions. Now, let me start with the voting resolution. Last year, Washington, D.C. passed a law that would give the vote to illegal immigrants. The law makes no exceptions for foreign diplomats or agents who have interests that are the opposite of ours. Under this bill, Russian diplomats will get a vote. Chinese diplomats could get a vote. The CCP is already infiltrating our culture, our farmland, our skies, but the D.C. City Council will let them infiltrate our ballot boxes. Just today, we had a classified briefing for all the members of Congress talking about what the CCP just did last week over the skies of America. And now the D.C. City Council wants to open up the ballot boxes for the CCP. Even the Washington Post opposes this idea because, as they wrote, it would give an estimated 50,000 non-citizen residents who live in Washington, D.C. to cast ballots in local elections. But of course, these elections can set the laws that cover the White House, Congress, and even government agencies. If we set this precedent, other cities will follow, and faith in our elections will plummet. Now let me address the crime resolution. To date, early in this year, early in February, there have been 65 carjackings in Washington, D.C. just this year alone. That is more than one every single day. 2 weeks ago, two 18-year-olds carjackers crashed into two Capitol Police vehicles just yards from this floor. The suspects were quickly arrested by the Capitol Police, but tragically, carjackings, shootings, and other crimes have become a reality of everyday life in our nation's capital. In 2020, Washington, D.C. defunded the police. From that point on, the city government has done nothing but pass laws that have clearly made the city less safe. Today, many residents are worried about taking their kids to school or going to the grocery store. But rather than attempt to fix the problem, the D.C. City Council wants to go even easier on criminals. Their dangerous new criminal codes soften penalties for violent crimes like assault, carjacking, rape, and even in most types of murder. If enacted into law, criminals would be treated like they are victims, and victims will be treated like they don't matter. Even liberals like the Washington Post editorial board and Mayor Bowser are against it. In fact, Mayor Bowser vetoed the new law last month. According to the mayor, the law sends the wrong message to criminals and does not make us safer. By overriding the mayor's veto, the city council advanced the interest of radical activists at the expense of those who are forced to suffer the consequences. This is not fair, it is not right, and it must stop. Under the Constitution, Congress, not the city council, has the final say over the laws governing the nation's capital. We have a responsibility to hold Washington, D.C. accountable and stop the new criminal code from taking effect. This is exactly what this resolution does, Mr. Speaker. It's about more than just numbers. This is about our neighbors who are traumatized, injured, and have to live in fear. It's about parents who worry about whether it's safe to let their children play outside. It's about our constituents and students on school trips who might choose to stay home rather than visit their government in person. This is why the men and women in blue support this resolution. The Fraternal Order of Police supports it. The D.C. Police Union supports it. The National Association of Police Organizations supports it. And the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association supports it.